Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage, puck on. It's time to change. Test drive the award-winning range of Peugeot hybrids and fully electric vehicles at Slattery's Garage today. See slatterysgarage.ie.
Welcome back to Tip Today. It is time for this.
For every problem, there's a solution. Dear Phil on Tip Today with Phil Prendergast.
Happy New Year to you, Phil.
And to you and to the listeners, and I hope everyone has a good and happy and contented year for themselves.
Well, hopefully indeed. Did you have a nice Christmas and
Sure, it was
New Year's?
yeah, lovely, Fran, really, really nice.
Good.
And my little grandchildren are one today, so that's a nice little addition as well. So yeah,
well,
I had a lovely time.
Big happy birthday to them indeed. We'll start off then, Phil. Dear Phil, my sister is in her 50s and separated from her husband last year. We were happy for her to draw a line under what had become a very toxic and unhealthy environment. They have one child who is a teenager, and he too seems to be much happier since his parents separated. My issue is with my sister. She was always a very sensible, by-the-book woman. She never drank much, was always very responsible, but her life seems to have changed rather drastically, and this has brought out a different side to her. She has reconnected with an old group of friends, which is great, but I feel like they might be a bad influence on her. She's now out every weekend. She's living it up. She's going off with different men. I know that on weekends that her son is at his dad's, she will nearly always bring home some man from the pub. I've tried to talk to her about how potentially dangerous this is, but she fobs me off. She says I'm being a bit dramatic. I understand that she's blowing off some steam after a difficult few years, and she's rediscovering herself again, which I'm all for. But I'm afraid she'll get a bad name for herself, and worse, that she could bring home a man who could be dangerous. What should I do? Should I just let her get this out of her system, or should I be more pushy about her safety?
Well, the poor woman seems to have been under an awful regime for years.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that she has gone out back into being a person that can enjoy life to an extent is a very important aspect of recovery and part of getting over having been in with a person that did not treat her right and didn't treat her correctly. I understand her sister's worry about her bringing back different men every night, but she doesn't know what's going on there. And it's really none of the sister's business. Yeah. Now, I understand there's a concern, but I mean, if this woman is capable of going out and meeting people and being able to interact, and she's very happy with her life, and I'm sure she's taking any sort of precautions to prevent getting a sexually transmitted infection, I think she should be prudent in who she's bringing home with her, and she's not doing it when her son is there, who seems like a young adult now anyway, and she should just enjoy her life. She's been married to a man who did not treat her right, and I suppose she's letting off steam to an extent.
Yeah, I wonder how accurate is the sister's story, though, that because she gives the impression that every time she goes out to the pub, she brings a fella back with her, which is rather unlikely.
Yeah, but also she said she's reconnected with an old group of friends, which is great, but she feels like they might be a bad influence on her. And I think that this woman was contained in probably some sort of a hell with the husband if he was a person that did not treat her right. And I think the element of freedom would be very freeing for her. And I think she's entitled to go out and be able to enjoy her life to an extent. And she's entitled to make a decision about what she does and who she brings home with her. I would worry slightly about bringing a lot of people back to the house because, it's just that it seems like, are you giving time to any one person? Are you just dipping in and dipping out of different men and trying them all out? Is it that kind of a thing? But I mean, apart from that, she's lived an awful life and she's celebrating and enjoying it a bit now.
Yeah, and probably things will sort of calm down.
I definitely think it's the excitement of the freedom, or the excitement, and also not having to go into a husband that, I don't know, was there any kind of violence involved in that marriage, or was it just kind of, the mind games people can play? It's whatever it is, she's enjoying her life now. And I think in a while she will settle in terms of too many relationships or bringing a different man. Now, again, I would be in agreement with you that it's hardly that she's bringing home a different fella. And I mean, unless she's living in a big city, if she's doing it in a town, she's
going to run out.
She's going to end up doing it with her brother. I mean, there's no, you know what I mean? So I do think she has to be a little bit careful and, you know, let her enjoy her life at the moment. There's not a time frame when she has to be meeting every single different person. She should try and, you know, and again, I'm sure she's very fearful of getting involved in a relationship with just one man. So I can understand.
Because of her experience,
because of what happened, And I mean, she'd be fearful because I'm sure when she met her former husband, he was probably a lovely man. But like, people change, and so did she. But now she's emerging like a little butterfly, and she's thinking, this is life and I'm going to enjoy it.
So you would say to the sister, sit back,
relax and let her enjoy herself for a while, and she will settle down again. It's not as if she's going to be going from one man to another, because I suppose the pot is small enough, she's eventually going to end up back.
But I'm sure she's conscious about her son and stuff as well, you know. So
she seems to respect that, and she seems to respect the fact that when he's there, she's not going to be bringing someone back.
All right.
You know.
The second letter: Dear Phil, my children are now teenagers and are gone from Santa, and I'm having a hard time transitioning from it. For years I had the magic of small kids coming down the stairs, all excited and full of wonder about what was under the tree for them. With the kids now all much older, we of course don't have that anymore, and I feel like Christmas is over for us, and it makes me really sad. They are still excited for Christmas, don't get me wrong, and they love opening their gifts, but it's very different from when they were children. It feels like all of the magic is gone. I've spoken to other parents about this, and they all agree that it's not the same when they're older, but that it's less pressure and it's fun in a different kind of a way. Nobody seems to understand why I am having such a hard time with it. I feel like I'm almost grieving for that time that I will never have again. My husband says it's because I always put so much work into Christmas and making it special for the kids that I never really looked at making it special for the whole family and making time to unwind and relax and just spend time together. But genuinely, I lived for that magic on Christmas morning, and now it's gone. Is what I'm feeling normal?
You see, there's normal and normal. So the poor woman is the whole thing about Christmas. I love settling up for Christmas, getting everything ready, putting up the decorations, getting all the preparations in my head, getting it all done. The minute Christmas is over, I'm there tearing things down.
You want it done and dusted, do you?
I want the place clean again.
Right.
Now, it's not that it's dirty, it's just that it's cluttered.
Yes, of course.
So I understand that when children get to a certain age, I mean, most of the young people, and I'm very conscious there might be young people listening, so you know, but like there comes a time when they see a bigger picture than that's what's being presented when they're little tiny tots and coming up, and they're 2 and 3 and 4 and then 5 and 6 and 7. I mean, after that you can nearly forget it. You know, they're sort of, you don't have to say anything, but if they say it to you, you can just sort of, you know, deal with that as you will.
Well, can you see where this woman is coming from, though?
Oh, absolutely. Look, it's the magic of seeing their little faces and opening the present and the excitement, and it's the noise on Christmas morning, and it's just a lovely time, and it's just one of those things I think that as a child you don't ever forget. But there's also the element of becoming more aware of different things that's going on and dealing with that. So everybody does grow up, you know, and for some people they learn much sooner than others because they find things in advance of Christmas.
Indeed.
Or, you know, our daddy, who's whatever, is found out to be daddy and not something else.
I love the way you're going all around the house.
Only because they're on holidays. Oh no, maybe they're back at school, so it could be fine. But anyway, it's just that the grieving that she has is for the past. It's for the young children. It's for the excitement, and it's for even herself, all the planning and the scheming that went into that. The fact is, when young people get to the point of saying, is there really a Santa? You know, where you just need to say to them, well, what are you thinking about that yourself? And let them answer you.
Right, so you're drawing them out, of course.
You draw them out.
But I mean, you can still hang on to I mean, we try and get everybody together for the opening of the gifts. I mean, you can still...
we do that, and we also do the whole Christmas Day and having the dinner and always inviting people, always inviting some parts of the family. You know, that it's just that whatever room you have around the table, you can always make room for more. But it's always about celebrating it. I mean, the idea that there'd be only 4 of us there or 3 of us there or whatever is ludicrous to me, because I'm thinking a turkey and a ham. Or even if it's a ham or whatever, that you're doing all that, but you want the food to be eaten as well.
So, I'd eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're trying not to, then you're thinking about the new year and the new body and the new you and all of that. But you know what I mean?
But she can still create magic, I suppose is what you're saying.
You can,
around the occasion.
You can do the whole experience rather than focusing on trying to be happy on the day. You might wake up on the day actually really with a bad head cold. You can have a flu. You can be actually really sick in bed. You can feel unwell. Now, most of us are able to go and do a couple of hours in that circumstance, but you know very well that when that dinner is over and they've had their drink or whatever, feck off home.
Yes, of course.
You know, we've had enough now. So, right. It's normal.
So find the magic, I suppose, in other ways, I suppose, is the message there. Our final letter then, dear Phil. I know that the new year is always a time when people reevaluate their lives and make some changes, especially when it comes to work. I've been in the same job now for 5 years, and while I like my job and I get on well with everybody, it's the same old thing as when I started. There's no real opportunity for progress. I'm debating between whether I stay in a nice, steady, reliable job or should I be looking to progress my skills. I'm worried that I am just being a bit too reflective because it's the new year, but I don't know if I should look for a new job that allows me to progress, or should I be content to stay in a job that doesn't give me any bother and where I get on fine, but I'll just muddle away for years. I'm worried I'll regret it in a few years' time, but then, on the other hand, is there anything wrong with just being content to muddle along? I know this is probably a bad time of year to make a big decision like this, or is it? But I would love your advice. Now, you're somebody, Phil, if you don't mind me saying so, who you would have done different things and moved to different things.
I think the one thing that when people come to a pivotal time of the year like that, whether it be a birthday or an anniversary or it's Christmas or it's New Year, you're just thinking, New Year seems to bring it out in most of us. Oh, I'm going to have these resolutions and I'm going to do this. For most people, looking for a new job or thinking that at the start of the year I'm going to change everything is, I think, something that you should take your time over. It would be much better for her, and because there's an ample amount of this, is to look to doing a night course or a night class of some sort. Now, whether it's a hobby or whether it is something that she wants to actually learn, or typing or any of those other upskilling would be a much more kind of a paced element to how she might change her life, to react to a job that's comfortable for her, that she's comfortable in. Now, she might be a bit too comfortable, but definitely if she goes to do a course, it will challenge her, and then she should look maybe to go and progress within the company she's in and achieve to go up the ladder a bit, and then reevaluate. New Year is never a time to think, I'm going to change my job, and you change these people, I'm sick of them, I'm sick of this work, I'm sick of this, it's too boring. You can just charge it up yourself by deciding that I want to do something different. And I think if you take a balanced approach to changes in your life, because most people in the new year are kind of it's almost like it's an anti-climax. You know, you're just thinking, oh, now there I am, I'm doing dry January or dry night or dry whatever you're doing, and I want to give up this. And for the people, the dreaded time when I used to smoke, when it would come to New Year, and you're thinking, I need to give up the cigarettes. And you know, there was a many time I eventually gave them up in the middle of the year. I couldn't bear the idea of having to give them up at Christmas. I just couldn't bear the idea. So when I gave them up, and that's 35 years ago probably. But it's always a time where you're feeling under pressure, and you're feeling that you put yourself under pressure and you turn into a devil. I mean, I was like actually a devil when I gave up cigarettes. Yeah. No. But I know it's hard to believe, Fran. Hard to believe, yeah.
Right. But you're saying that where resolutions are concerned or making big changes, January is not the ideal time, is it?
It's not the ideal time. For some people, it's going to be an ideal if they have something already arranged and they're looking forward to going to a new company or whatever. But it's never a time because something is floating along and it seems to be a good job and whatever. She's not feeling challenged. So even to add in an additional course or decide to do some courses on a weekend, whether it's something like Reiki or do whatever, another skill or something that she can acquire, something that's positive. Joining the gym in the new year is the same. I mean, there's about 100,000 people will be cantering into gyms all over the country. And
for a week.
For a week. And I mean, then you have to reevaluate, that you don't have to be rushing into something. I mean, if someone can do a walk every day, it doesn't matter how far it is, as long as it's a mindful walk. That's all you need to do. And for some people, they say, well, I can't do for a walk. I can't go that road. Now, you could go up and down your own road.
Yes.
You can go up and down the path.
So where this lady is concerned, you say maybe not the big decision, but maybe to look to upskill, expand your abilities.
Or to look within the company. Is there anything she can do in addition? Can she be promoted to a different role? Should she get, proficient in another aspect of the company? Is there some other area that she could work with? Could she go from the stores to whatever, whether it is the front desk or whatever it is, that if there's an opportunity where she can upskill herself within her own company, it'll give her the confidence to be able to go for it.
And that notion and that final question she asked, is it okay to just muddle away? And that's her words, no, not mine.
It's fine for her to muddle, but she wants to stop muddling, and she wants to go, but she's thinking she should do the dramatic thing. It's almost like jumping out of working here at home in our own house to go and to decide I'm going to go to Dublin every day now instead. I mean, why would you do that yourself?
You made some big decisions in your lifetime. I mean, to move from nursing and go into politics, which is a very volatile.
Yeah, but because I can't remember how it happened. It was completely accidental. I just don't know.
It wasn't early in January that you decided, hell, I'm out of here.
No, but it was a time of my life that I totally enjoyed, because going around Tipperary and canvassing and stuff like that, you met the nicest people. Now, I also met shock and abuse, but I was well able for it, because I didn't answer back at the time. I probably would answer, but no, not really. I would just say sorry about that, and off I'd go.
Right.
And if you left a gate open, I mean, you could be missing a kidney by the time you get to the end of the street. But
you shouldn't be. But they were great experiences. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't be afraid of.
You should never be. No, and you should never be afraid of getting out of your comfort zone. Now, I loved being a midwife. There was absolutely no issue about that. I absolutely really did love it. But at a time when things were changing and advancing, and there comes a point where you just need a change. And I was already on the council by then. And then I got elected to the Senate. Now, I didn't expect that, but it happened.
Right.
Now, it did go all over the country, all right, but I still didn't think I'd get it, but I did.
Yeah, so but then, you're a bit like me, though. You fall into things.
I fell into things, and then I fell into the European Parliament when Alan Kelly very kindly decided to come back. And then Arthur Spring also decided he didn't want to be an MEP. So I got the gig. So, yeah, it certainly was a very eclectic sort of a pathway to getting to being retired.
Yes.
But it was something I enjoyed really, really very much. I liked it.
Go with it.
Go whatever your heart tells you to do.
Phil, it's great to see you as always. Thanks very much.
And thank you, Fran.
And if you have a problem or an issue that you'd like Phil to have a look at, if you want to email us, tiptoday@tipfm.com, and if you put Dear Phil in the subject bar. We'll take a break, back in just a moment.
Tip FM's Tip Today.
With Slattery's Garage, puck on. It's time to change. Test drive the award-winning range of Peugeot hybrids and fully electric vehicles at Slattery's Garage today. See slatterysgarage.ie.